let me get this shot. No, I didn't get it. Oh, Sasha. Look over here, Sasha. Okay, good. All right, hold it. Hold it. Thank you. No, that's good. Sasha! Sasha!
I said I need room for the gang. Now what the hell is going on? Am I talking to myself?
No, we don't have the permit until 7.
I wasn't in the best of moods. Somebody was getting me up at a time I usually like to go to bed.
I'm so far behind schedule now, Seymour's looking for some television director to replace me. I want those cameras rolling by 7 o'clock.
Okay, Chief. Okay. Sylvia!
Okay, first setup.
The sweet morning music of garbage trucks and cement mixers had hit a sour note. Some jokers were making a movie on my street.
I want those cameras rolling by 7 sharp. All right, first setup, right here.
Get Hector. Where's Billy Joe? Come.
I want the limo over here. I need room for the gang. Am I talking to myself?
Please, Sylvia, where's the driver of that limousine?
Hey, quiet on the set.
I'm sorry, sir. We have a permit. If you have any complaints, please call the mayor's office. Sylvia,
Morning.
are you still standing here? Let's get moving, please. Right there. That's it. Sylvia.
Okay. Here we go. Keep going.
Oh, you wanted to bring my own camera out. This guy's photographing my chair, for God's sake.
You know. All right, hold it there. Hold it. Let me just take a shot.
Who's getting the junior?
Oh, I can't knock it.
A movie. I gotta keep paying these people off. They've been following us around for 2 weeks, making noise every time we make a shot.
Whatever happened to silent movies?
Hey, why don't you stick around and watch us shoot?
Oh, no thanks. There's enough shooting in my life.
Come on, buddy. Back up. You're in the way. They're shooting a picture here. Back up.
Hey, buddy, get your butt over here, will you? Show what we talking about.
Yes, how you doing, Leo? What we're gonna do is this car is gonna come around the corner. You're gonna take this, you're gonna aim right down at him and fire.
Simple as that, huh, bud?
So grab that, get your hands here.
The lady with the gun didn't look like any detective I ever knew. I wasn't that lucky.
Yeah, so when it comes around the corner...
The woman next to me read all the supermarket rags and informed me that this was Joanna Lake, a big-time movie star. Divorced, lives on yogurt, and travels everywhere with her little girl. The street mime seemed to have a way with kids, but there was something about him that bothered me. Maybe it's because he was too quiet.
Okay, lock it up and settle down. Will you concentrate, please? All right, Joey.
Rolling.
A camera rolling.
B camera rolling. C camera rolling.
Coming, marker.
Speed.
Speed.
Okay, Joey. Okay, action. Come ahead, Billy Joe.
2 of these slugs are mine, 45 caliber, but I think you'll find some 9mm in there for ballistics.
Go to work, Lieutenant. Yes, sir. All right. I want crowd control right now, okay?
Hey, Pat.
I want the first officer on the scene.
child
I
and
want
mother.
forensic right here,
Movie set.
in that order. You're the perpetrator.
No, just a participator.
You'll be participating with me for a few minutes. Let's take a walk. All right. We had a kidnap and murder by the park yesterday. They grabbed a 6-year-old girl. Same kind of guys. He was dressed like Marceau.
Mine.
Yeah. Now, is there anything special about this mine?
Well, he should have a very sore leg. Well, the other dude was extremely cool, very smooth, no wasted moves. Obviously, he'd been shot at before.
Now, I'm going to get you as a police sketch artist while it's still fresh.
Good idea.
Miss Lake, have you told your ex-husband about the attempted kidnapping, or are you speaking to him?
Is this news or gossip? He's called 3 times already, okay? Excuse
Would
me.
you have paid ransom to get Megan back?
Are you crazy for my daughter? Of course I would. Excuse me. Mr. Hammer, I'm Joanna Lake.
Yes, I know. You all right?
Yeah, I don't know how to say thanks.
You don't have to. This is Captain Pat Chambers, New York Police Department. How's your little girl?
Bruised, a little dizzy from the ether, but the doctor says she's going to be all right.
Hammer, my information is that you fired your gun at the abductor. Didn't you see he had a child in his arms?
That's why I shot him in the leg.
Mr. Barrington, would you say that he acted irresponsibly?
Irresponsibly, lady, you just declared open season on Miss Lake's little girl on national TV.
That's enough, Hammer.
That's right. She asked Miss Lake if she'd pay ransom. She said she would to the whole world.
I want that edited out now.
Fine.
I'll go along to make sure.
Thank you. Miss Lake, I'm Special Prosecutor Barrington.
How do you do?
I've always been a big fan of yours.
Thank you.
In view of the similarity between yesterday's kidnap murder and what happened here today, my office is keenly interested in determining whether or not there's a connection, as well as encouraging any protection necessary that you and your daughter may need.
Yes,
Joanna.
You sure you're all right?
Mr. Hawkins, it's almost 4
Please,
o'clock.
please, don't start. I know we've lost time. I may be old, but I'm not an idiot. Hector, we got 45 minutes to like
Yes,
this.
Mr. Hawkins.
Joanna, we can finish here in an hour, okay?
1 hour deal. Please.
got it.
Can I at least take it
Come on.
again?
Might be nice.
How do I find you? Card?
Yeah. I got something. Here, this is my office card. And this is where I hang out.
Thank you, Mike Hammer.
Hammer, do you realize that every time there's a violent crime in this city, you're in the middle?
I love my work. How you doing, sweetheart?
Fine, thank you, sir.
What's your name?
Megan,
Megan. Huh? My name is Mike Hammer.
nice to meet you, Mike Hammer.
It's nice to meet you, too.
Why would somebody want to kidnap 2 6-year-old girls 2 days in a row in broad daylight? Was it just ransom? Or was it something else?
Yeah, we're cooking. We're okay here.
Have you told your ex-husband about the attempted kidnapping, or are you speaking to him?
Is this news or gossip?
Would you...
Oh, I hear you met Joanna Lake.
Yeah.
What's she like?
Nice.
You mean just nice?
Oh, nice. Nice would have been to put Mike on TV, give him a plug.
Hey, come on, you guys. I only talked to you for a couple of seconds. Now, calm down. I want to watch this.
I can't say if kidnapping is on the rise or we're just more aware of it.
Your literature says there are thousands of children abducted each year.
Well, that's true. Most are taken by the spouse who's been denied custody after a divorce.
We have just received exclusive film taken from the actual movie cameras that were rolling during the alleged kidnapping attempt.
Stay away from cameras, Mike. The private eye is wise to stay private.
Of Joanna Lake's
Good
new
advice.
street cop, giving chase to the
Hey,
alleged
Ozzy,
kidnapper who
question.
was, according
On the average, how many kidnappings are there in New York every week?
Answer, 5.6892, give or take a decimal point.
Too many.
Police are baffled by the similarity between this and the recent kidnapping in Central Park.
Hiya, Mike Hammer.
Hey, I just saw you on TV.
Oh, yeah? This is a real nice joint. Think you could buy me a drink?
Sure, what's your pleasure?
Something strong and Irish. Oh, shillelagh.
Old shillelagh?
Yeah, my pops used to drink it a lot.
Jenny, you got any old shillelagh? One of those and a beer. Want to sit down? So how's Megan?
Finally crashed. Took a long time tonight. She's got 3 cops in a house dick playing poker and trying not to talk dirty in her room.
Thanks. Cheers. I think you've been spotted.
This place reminds me an awful lot of my Uncle Sean's pool hall in Pittsburgh.
You grew up in Pittsburgh?
I sort of grew up in the pool hall. We lived upstairs. My 4 brothers, my mother, my daddy, and Uncle Sean. We had a hell of a time, too.
And you all drank old shillelagh?
No, just my pop. And just on Saturday night, he'd get lit, my pops. And he'd sing the old songs like Molly Malone and Jenny Muldoon. You ever heard Molly Malone?
Sure.
In Dublin's fair city, where girls are so pretty, 'twas there I first.
Joanna.
I'm scared. I've never been so scared in my life.
What are you scared about? Hey, that's all behind us. Everything worked out fine.
What if it happens again?
Have you thought about getting some professional help?
That's why I'm here. Captain Chambers said you're the best there is. And I believe him. I saw you today.
Now, wait a minute, Joanna. I am a private investigator. I am not a professional bodyguard.
Well, as my Aunt Bridget told me, find a man that can say no to you, Joanna, me darling, and you'll be safe from yourself forever.
Smart lady.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure glad you were there today.
Yeah, so am I.
Back inside.
The next morning, Barrington and Pat dragged me down to the docks. The shooter's car was found in the East River. Unfortunately, the shooter wasn't in it.
Hammer! Hammer! You got an explanation for this?
Well, I told him if he wanted to get to Brooklyn, he ought to try the bridge, but he just wouldn't listen.
I hold you directly responsible for this. Because of your recklessness, you endangered the lives of a small child and her mother.
I think the guy dumped the car after he tried to kill Joanna Lake.
He didn't want to kill Joanna Lake. He wanted to kill me.
What makes you figure that?
Because when he saw who she was, he held his fire.
Pretty good discipline.
Obviously, he's got more discipline than Hammer.
Why do you think he wanted you?
The only thing I can think of is he wants Joanna alive so she can still pay ransom.
Captain, trunk's locked.
So open it.
You have a key?
Has anybody got a key?
Yeah, I got the key.
Hammer. So use a crowbar.
Don't you think we run the risk of losing some evidentiary value by breaking the lock?
Will you open the trunk?
People in show business like to say they were born in a trunk. This was one clown that died there.
I'd say this pop on the head is the one that killed him. Close range from the powder burns.
The shooter used a 14-shot Browning automatic. 9mm?
Or 38. I'll tell you for sure when I get the lid off. The other 2 wounds were .45 caliber, non-fatal.
What 2? Mike hit him once in the calf.
We found a .45 caliber slug in his pants. He'd been dead probably 5 or 6 hours when that one hit him. Dead men don't bleed.
Must have been in the back of the car when they tried to take you out last night.
By the way, space isn't the only thing you decorated.
Look at that. Looks like it goes all the way around.
Mm-hmm. A lot of work went into that. It's more than a decoration.
Yeah. Dragon in the jungle. I've seen tattoos like that in Vietnam.
Prince, before you cut them up, I want some good pictures.
I can shave the tattoo, it's no problem.
Get the jokes. The design represents a fighter plane. Maybe the mime was a pilot.
If he had a fighter pilot's ego, this whole thing would be bird. No, I think it has something to do with the dragon. Maybe the lady.
The design just sort of ends like it wasn't finished. See, she's reaching for a flower, but it's off the edge.
Yeah, water lily. There's a couple more over here. I don't know. I think we need an expert.
I'll let you know tattooing's illegal in the city, but I'm checking Jersey and out on the island.
Captain, we have the update on Davidson kidnapping.
Great, thanks, son. Mike, is that the guy?
Yeah, that's him. I think I'm gonna ask a couple questions of my own, Pat.
What? We got 35,000 cops to ask questions.
Self-preservation. This guy's tried to kill me twice. I don't want to let that happen again. There's something about him, Pat. It's like I know this guy.
A tourist took this picture.
Uh-huh. Pat gave me a copy.
Poor little thing. She must have been scared to death. This must be her dad.
He was shot with 9mm bullets, just like the mime. Pat's running a ballistics check now.
You think the bullets will match?
Everything else matches, especially the kids. This Sasha Davidson, she's a ringer for Joanna Lake's daughter.
Why would anybody go around stealing 6-year-old girls?
I don't know. That's why I want to see what's his name, the missing child guy.
Simon Chapel.
Yeah, what's his address?
It's right here.
Oh, thanks. Am I forgetting anything else?
Yeah. My raise.
I'll make a note. Simon Chapel's Child Recovery Center was a non-profit organization. You could tell from the neighborhood. Somebody was stealing kids like they were capturing prisoners in enemy territory. And I wanted to know if they'd done it before.
Anyway, children can be kidnapped by child molesters, pornographers, or even prostitution rings. Thousands every year. There's big money in it, Mr. Hammer. But I never heard of anyone doing it like this. I mean, could it be political, some kind of terrorism?
Well, the only people being terrorized are the parents and the kids.
Yeah, well, I can check the computer, but kidnapping for ransom is an FBI job.
But there's been no demand for ransom either. So why is some weirdo out there collecting 6-year-old blondes?
Do you know anything about abduction?
No, not a hell of a lot. Now, one of the victims was a street clown, a mime. He had this elaborate tattoo. But the other one, the shooter, he'd obviously seen some combat. They may all be veterans.
Wait a minute. Now, here's a 6-year-old. No, she was taken by her father. This is real needle in a haystack stuff.
Yeah. How'd you get into this, Chapel?
My daughter was taken 16 years, 3 months, 3 days ago.
So you're obviously not just a volunteer.
Gotten to be full-time. I even live here upstairs. I'm sorry, we just need more information. Do you know anything else?
No, not at the moment. Well, thanks.
Okay, anything I can do.
Okay.
Right.
One more time. Joanna, will you pay attention, please?
Right over here,
All right. Now, you understand what I'm going to say?
Okay,
The movie company was heading back to Hollywood. Joanna had asked me to go with her, and I had turned her down. That was before someone had taken shots at me.
Move the chair. Don't have close up on you. Very tight.
I still had my doubts about going to California, but they melted into the depths of 2 small eyes.
Very tight.
I hadn't been out of New York in a lot of years, but Velda helped prepare me for the culture shock.
You're all set to go. Here's your ticket, and here's your permit to carry Betsy on the plane with you. I brought everything you'll need for California.
What about my passport and shots?
When was the last time you were in L.A.?
Oh, by 1958. I went out to say goodbye to the Brooklyn Dodgers and a certain lady, but she'd already checked into Forest Lawn.
Well, things there have changed a lot since then.
Not in Forest Lawn, they haven't.
Well, here's a handy list of words that they use out there, like aerobics and tostada.
I'll be okay as long as they can still say cheeseburger.
I have your things packed, but I just couldn't find your other suit.
Yeah, it's right in here. There we go.
Great. I even packed a few extras just in case.
Huh?
Yeah, for window shopping on Rodeo Drive.
Oh, lovely.
And if the weather's warm, you can wear these.
Lovely.
Yes. And if the weather's cool, though, you'll have to wear these. And this.
I feel like a regular valley boy. You see as many Rolls Royces and Mercedes in L.A. as you do taxis in New York, and it costs almost as much to drive in them. The rhythms seem different out here. Even the joggers run slower. Maybe that's because there's no muggers chasing them. At least the people seem friendly. Nice wheels.
That's Dionne Warwick, sir.
Joanna lived in a big house in Bel Air, a place where the natives seemed to do well, in spite of the fires, floods, and earthquakes. Some of these homes have been standing for as long as 2 or 3 years. The sun disappears early in L.A., like a high-heeled hooker on a Saturday night. Even with my jet lag and the 3-hour time difference, falling asleep out here wasn't easy with all that peace and quiet banging in my ears. And waking up was worse.
My camera, we have to go to work now.
Now? Okay. I guess when I got to Hollywood, I was expecting the studios to be full of tinsel and glamour. But what I found was just another place where people went to work with their headlights on.
Settle down, people. Get ready to go here.
Who's getting the junior?
Word on the bell. On the bell.
Hi, can you zip me, please?
Sure.
The little girl in there says you're her bodyguard. I think it'd be fun to have a bodyguard.
But in your case, we need a guard to guard the bodyguard. Very good. Let's go see Mommy.
Okay, Bruce. Keep it going now. Keep your concentration. Right. That's it now. Here we go. Here we go. Check your breast. That's right. Look at her now. Look at her now. Look at the embrace. That's it. Keep it going. Imagine getting paid for this, Bruce. That away, baby. Okay.
Okay, cut it, please.
What? What's wrong with that?
Well, I'll tell you something. I want to do a little pickup here.
Pickup?
Yeah, let's change something.
With this, we're gonna have a pickup?
No, but apart from that, we need a little more passion here. Let's heat it up a little bit, you know? We need. Okay, I want to try one little thing here.
Yeah, I got a minute?
Yep.
Hard work, huh?
That's it. Come on, baby. You know, it's 8 o'clock. And I think it's time for you to go to your job, school.
Will you take me my camera?
It would be my pleasure. I'll even carry your books.
Whoa, that's a good offer. Give me a kiss.
Where's your classroom, Megan?
We have to go to math first. Hurry, Mike, camera.
Call me Mike.
Hurry, Mike.
Good morning, Megan. Don't be late.
This is Sister Margaret. She's my favorite. This is my camera.
Hello, sister.
Where are you from, Mr. Hammer?
New York.
I will pray for you.
Father, you are holy indeed, and all creation rightly gives you praise. All life, all holiness comes from
Mr.
you.
Hammer?
Yeah. Through your Son,
I'm Sister Josephine.
Jesus
I understand that you would be looking after Megan for a while. You're welcome to wait in the library. I'll come back at noon when she's out.
Well, thank you, sister. If you don't mind, I'll just stay here and walk her to her first class.
As you wish. We will pray for you.
Bye, Mom.
We bring
Bye,
you these gifts. We ask you to make them holy by the power of your Spirit, that they may become the body and blood of your Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, at whose command we celebrate this Eucharist. On the night he was betrayed, he took bread, gave it to his disciples, and said, "Take this, all of you, and eat it. This is my body, which will be given up for you." Supper was ended. He took the cup. Again he gave you thanks and praise, gave the cup to his disciples, and said, "Take this, all of you, and drink from it. This is the cup of my blood, the blood of the new and everlasting covenant."
I saw an eagle, a lily, a dragon, then nothing. I've blown assignments before, but allowing Megan to be kidnapped was definitely the worst. I was feeling pretty low. They put 8 stitches in my arm and sent me back to Joanna's place with a couple of LA cops who looked like they patrolled on surfboards. Hello, I'm Mike Hammer.
Come in, Mr. Hammer. I'm Carla Arnell. I work for Miss Lake.
Thank you.
Hammer, Frank Walker. I'm running the FBI kidnap team. I hear they used the wire Garrett. You're a lucky man.
Yeah, the little girl wasn't so lucky.
Hammer, nobody likes what happened.
Where's Miss Lake?
She's upstairs. I've got a call into your friend, Captain Chambers. Anything you'd like him to know?
Tell him the shooter had the same tattoo as the mime.
I don't need pills. I don't need a doctor. I need Megan.
Joanna, you're crazy right now. You're gonna calm down.
I don't want to be knocked out. I want to know what's going on.
Hammer, can you please talk some sense into this lady?
Oh, Leo, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just yelling.
Yeah, kid.
You got a movie to shoot, Leo.
It's only a damn movie. You know?
I'm sorry, Joanna. I should have paid more attention. I got suckered.
Did they hurt her?
I don't think so.
God, she must be terrified.
We'll get her back.
Will they hurt her? Will they kill her? Oh, God, please let me get her back.
Joanna. They're doing everything they can.
Hey, what about you? You're not walking away from me, are you?
No, I'm not. Now, look. Can you think of anybody who would want to hurt you?
I thought of that. No, somebody you might want to see fall on your face, but not this.
What about Megan's father?
Nick?
Could there be somebody wanting to get to him?
No, I don't think so.
Does he know that this happened?
I haven't talked to him for a long time.
Where could I find him?
I don't know. I don't know. We used to have the same agent, Jack Bergen.
Excuse me, Miss Lake. We have the taps and traces on your phone lines now. And is he still working for you?
Yes.
Agent Adler will show you the phone procedures. Hammer, may we have a word?
Sure. It's all very routine, Miss Lake. From now on, just think of me as your human answering machine.
Hammer, do I have to tell you not to get in the way?
You don't have to tell me anything.
Captain Chambers is on the line.
Pat?
Mike, how's it going?
Not so good.
Listen, I thought you might want to know the ballistics are in on those 9mm bullets. The same gun that killed Sasha Davison's father killed the mime.
Any ID on him yet?
Just came in from the Department of Defense. The mime's name was Peter Jensen. And listen to this, Mike. He was listed as missing in action 15 years ago in Vietnam.
Marine?
Army.
Listen, find out anything you can about him and the men in his unit.
I'm waiting on the record now. So what's this about a tattoo on the shooter's chest?
It was almost exactly the same as on the mime.
Sounds like they have something in common.
Not enough. One of them's still alive. See ya.
Oh, get your hands off me. Come on, get
Can't you girls walk any faster? These are cops. This is a raid. This is a paddy wagon. You think you're going to a junior prom? They're going to take you away, for goodness sake. We'll try it one more time. Get anything you can get. Hey, Sylvia. Oh, boy, you believe it? This producer insists that we put in this TNA. For what? Stops the action, doesn't advance the plot. What can I do? Oh, listen, Joanna couldn't be here, so I figured I'd just shoot it today.
Leo, I'm sorry about Joanna, but she wasn't in good shape to work.
Well, tell me about it. I was there.
Leo.
Oh, Mike, I want you to meet Jack Bergen, Joanna's agent.
Glad to know you.
Nice to meet you. I've been looking for you. Your office said you might be here.
Hi, Mr. Bergen. I'm trying to be an actress. I called your office 27 times.
I'm not there.
Oh, thanks. Oh, I bet you're somebody very important.
Don't I wish?
Excuse me, miss, please, this way. We got... Okay,
I'll call you.
Right this way, Leo. You're cool, huh? Take it cool. We want to talk privately. I think we're going to have to walk.
Yeah. Joanna said that you represented her ex-husband.
Nick Anton, I haven't represented him for a long, long time.
Well, she doesn't know where he is, and I need to ask him a couple of things. You have any idea where I might find him?
What is today? Wait a minute. It's Thursday? Yeah, he's playing in a card game over at Joe Ewell's. They've got a little money game over there. I could give you the address.
Oh, good.
Come on, dear.
Well, why did you stop representing him?
Well, it was tough. He was a good actor. No Olivier, but he was fine. I got him a couple of television series. They failed, no fault of anybody. Then I got him a lead in the big picture, and they had to replace him the following week.
How come?
He showed up on the set with a hamburger face and a broken arm from a bookie he stiffed.
He has a problem with gambling.
Gambling is the problem. He'd lay odds on what time the sun had come up.
It's hard to picture Joanna with somebody like that.
Well, you know, what did she know? He was a handsome guy, and after he'd gone through her money, why, one Christmas night, he took a swing at her, and that was the end of things. I dropped him as a client. Too tough to sell. And I can sell about anything you want. I could even sell a one-legged unicyclist. I could sell you. What is it you do best?
Survive.
I could sell it. Nick Anton, I couldn't get him arrested.
Well, it's my turn to try. Thanks, Mr. Bergen.
Nice meeting you.
Mr. Bergen.
Yeah.
When can I call you?
When I'm in.
When are you in?
When I'm not out. See, because if I'm out, I'm not in.
I see.
Have you ever thought of playing Camille?
Who?
It's a story of a girl who gets lost.
Oh, that sounds great.
And she finally finds herself later on in life.
I think I can say.
And then it's too late because she's down at the beach.
In California, a high-rise is any building taller than a palm tree. I found Nick Anton in an office where he went once a week to try and win money from better card players. Hi, I'm looking for Nick Anton.
Yes, he's inside. But I'm sorry, I can't be disturbed right now.
Well, I need to see him. It's an emergency.
Hey, hold it, pal. You heard what you said.
You Nick Anton? Nick Anton.
What? Yeah, not now, huh?
It's about your daughter, Megan.
My daughter? You want my ex-wife, go talk to her. I got a $1,000 hand game going here.
$1,000 a hand, huh? Gin rummy? Partners?
I don't even have visiting or custody rights.
Your daughter's been kidnapped.
You a cop?
Private investigator. My name's Mike Hammer. I work for Joanna.
I don't know what to do.
He knocks with 3. Let's go. Someone had taken this guy's daughter, and he didn't seem to care. He followed me back to Joanna's and brought the smog with him.
Oh, Mike, where have you been? Somebody dropped a cassette.
I don't know if I'm welcome, Joanna, but I just didn't think it was right to stay away.
You actually came of your own free will?
As soon as I heard.
Well, it's been wiped clean. I think you can look at it now, Miss Lake.
Baby.
I want to come home, Mommy.
Time was running out. We had to get to Megan. Yet everyone seemed to be moving in slow motion. Joanna had to come up with $500,000 in cash to get her daughter back. Her ex-husband seemed more concerned about the cash than anything else.
She's working all the time. Variety said you're getting $7.50 a picture. You really believe that garbage?
Listen, most of that money is deferred. Nobody sees a nickel till we go on the black.
You mean to tell me we can't raise enough money for the ransom?
It's $500,000 cash overnight. I could get a loan using the next show as collateral.
She might have to mortgage this house.
They can have the house. They can have anything.
Well, listen, I gotta take off. I gotta figure out what to shoot tomorrow. If we have to shut down, I'm gonna have to mortgage my house.
Captain Chambers.
Thanks.
Pat. Just got a telex about the Mimes Vietnam unit. They were LERPs, remember them?
LERPs, yeah. Long-range patrols. They'd go off for weeks on end and live off the land. They were hunter killers.
Kill VC, as many as they could any way they could. Seems to me that they were all listed MIA, the whole unit.
And they all had tattoos.
What?
I wonder if they all had tattoos.
They're sending me a list of the other names. The funny thing is, there doesn't seem to be a history of the unit.
What do you mean?
So far, we can't find any records on them.
We'll keep looking. Walker, did you run a check on Nick Anton?
First thing we did. Nothing criminal, just a bad credit history.
Does he have any tattoos?
No, I already asked. He was in Vietnam. Good service record.
He was there?
Yeah, he was a battalion clerk in supply. We checked him out. We checked you out, too, Hammer. Your credit history's worse than Argentina's. And there's a lot of violence in your life.
It's a living.
I've been an FBI agent for 22 years. I've never had to draw my weapon.
That must really make you feel terrific.
Joanna, it never worked with anybody else.
It never worked with us, Nick.
Some things work fine. Darling, a terrible thing has happened. But whatever problems we've had happened to us both. Now we need to be together. To share.
You almost got me again, didn't you? You almost did it.
Oh, for God's sake, Joanna.
You'll use anything, won't you?
A messenger just delivered these, Miss Lake. He said they were script changes. But they were brought to their dispatch office by an Asian woman with a French accent. Hey, these pages are blank. You will bring the money. You will allow no radios. There will be no surveillance of any kind.
What's this? 2 bus tickets to New Orleans, leaving tomorrow night. 1 for me, 1 for you.
For me?
Who do you know in New Orleans? Joanna got her studio to help raise the ransom money, and Nick and I were on our way to New Orleans. The folks on the bus weren't your usual Madison Avenue commuter crowd. But then we must have looked pretty unusual to them. I hadn't spent much time in this part of the country. The only living things seemed to be rats and snakes, and I'd already caught enough of those in New York. The first time I met Nick Anton, I found it hard to like him. Now I found it impossible. I couldn't help feeling there was something he wasn't telling me.
East Lizard. East Lizard. Dispatcher says there's a hammer getting off here at East Lizard.
I wonder where West Lizard is.
You think they're out there someplace watching us?
Maybe.
We're sitting ducks. They could shoot us from a distance and take the money.
Maybe.
Oh, for God's sakes, Hammer. Don't start anything.
How much money you owe these guys, Nick?
What are you talking about?
You must be into them for a lot.
I'm not into anybody. Couple of bucks to Herschel Dean. That's it.
Who's Herschel Dean? Your bookie?
He doesn't have anything to do with this.
Yeah? Well, somebody wants you out here for a very specific reason.
Hammer, why would I kidnap my own daughter?
It's a good question. Well, listen, pal. You're talking to the wrong guy if you're trying to appeal to me for your sense of decency. I figure you're into the bookies deep. Deeper than a broken arm. You knew that Joanna wouldn't bail you out. But you also knew that she'd do just about anything for Megan.
You are crazy.
Yeah, maybe. And let me tell you this. If you think you're gonna get a piece of this action, you need an emergency lobotomy. The entire population of East Lizard finished their town meeting, and both of them left.
One of you fellas Mike Hammer?
Yeah.
Don't go down to town, give me $20 to hand this to Mike Hammer in East Lizard.
Thanks. As the day got hotter, the 500,000 got heavier. Too bad they wouldn't take a check.
I want you to stay on that line of air traffic control. Keep those skies empty.
Let me carry that for a while.
No, you might bet it.
Out here?
This was about as far south as we could go.
You take Megan and move her off the ridge.
What's your name, sweetheart?
My name is Sasha Davidson, and I want to go home.
I'm going to take you home as soon as I can. Come on.
I was lucky to be alive. He had a lot of chances to kill me, and he didn't take them. And I still had the money. But the bad news was that the shooter still had Megan. Little Sasha Davidson was on her way to New York. At least one mother would have her child back. I wished I could have done the same for Joanna. Walker's men found the helicopter a few miles from where the shooting took place. He didn't like my company much, but they needed an ID on the dead man in the pilot's seat.
Well, he wasn't in the air long enough for our own planes to spot him. And with that camouflage net, we're lucky we got here as fast as we did.
Well, I sure think they went to a lot of trouble to switch those little girls. I think they wanted to collect twice.
Yeah, Megan could be dead already. The other child used as a substitute.
Walker, they grabbed the Davidson girl before they took Megan.
Hammy, you're making a lot of assumptions without cold, hard evidence, including your suspicions about Nick Anton.
Suspicions? Listen, Nick was broke. He owed the bookies a lot of money. Joanna had the cash. The last thing he said was that they had cheated him. He even called the shooter by name. He called him Dak.
And you're the only one that heard it, right?
So what does that mean? I'm lying?
Well, maybe, just maybe, you heard what you wanted to hear. Maybe you didn't like him. Why, that's your business. Looks like you hit him more than once, Hammer.
When you pulled a slug out of his head, I think you'll find it's 9mm. Same caliber that stopped the mime.
This guy must be insane.
Who, Dak? He's not insane. He's committed. This is like a high-risk combat mission to him. Hit, run, leave no wounded behind.
Sounds like you really know the type.
You ever been in combat, Walker? You ever spend month after month in 100-degree mud? Getting shot at day and night? Breathing steam and rot and dead men's guts? You learn how to stay alive. The last time I saw this guy, he was dressed as a nun in tennis shoes. Same tattoo as the shooter. Back in L.A., I located one member of the long-range patrol unit who had survived. Critically wounded in battle, he'd been sent back to the States over 15 years ago. They were still trying to help him at the Veterans Center, but most days you could find him visiting his friends. His name was Orville Tate. He lived in the 60s and wouldn't come out. I hear that you were in a long-range patrol unit.
What do you mean was? I just got boiled up with a little napalm is all. I'm going back. They're my people, man.
They visit you much?
Can't. Suicide missions. Brass thinks they can kill the dragon. Sit down. You like Hey Jude? No, because it's in my head. Hey Jude, don't make it bad. Take a sad song and make it better.
That's nice. Why does the brass want to kill the dragon?
Can't kill the dragon, man. Not with Dak out front.
Dak?
David Anson Kohler. Dak. It's Dak, 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 who brings the dragon back from the calm, from the calm.
You guys sound like you were real tight.
Family. That's why we're good. We should have got silver stars a lot of times. We were examples. Brass bragged about us. They did. So did Captain Baker.
Captain Baker?
Was our CO. The best.
Why suicide missions?
Me lie, man. They're all nervous about me lie. We never did that stuff. We never just went in and shot up a bunch of hooches, kill old ladies. Kids, we got our own damn orphanage. Or did. We lost them. We came back from patrol and they're just gone. Even the Lily.
The Lily?
Ceylan's baby. You like the Beatles?
Yeah.
Strawberry fields, nothing is real. That's my song. Sing that song when I get on point. It's good when you're scared. You ever do that?
No, I just pray a lot.
You know, Dad calls me Strawberry now. It's like a nickname. Ceylan even put a strawberry right in my dragon's teeth.
Oh, look at that. Looks like it goes all the way up your back.
Huh?
Mind if I see it?
Yeah.
So I did this, huh? She's a tattoo artist?
No, she's an artist, period. Dig? That's cool, huh? She's gonna do a tattoo on every one of us. I'm the first.
I sure would like to have a picture of that.
Yeah, I got one, man. It's not great, you know, because the ink wasn't all set yet, but, you know, you can have it.
Thanks.
You know, it's really great to have somebody to talk to.
Well, listen, I am gonna get in touch with you before you go back.
Yeah, but bring some Beatle records.
If I can't, I'll send them to you, all right? Don't let those guys get you down, huh?
Not a chance.
He may have lived in a different time, in a different world, but he'd given me more than anyone else so far. The Dragon, the code name for the LERP unit commanded by a Captain Baker, sent on suicide missions led by Dak, David Anson Kohler, the shooter. And Ceylan was the artist who decorated the men with tattoos. My next step was to look up Nick Anton's bookie, Herschel Dean. We met in his office.
You were the last person to see Nick Anton alive.
Right, he owed you a lot of money.
$121,450.72.
Did you figure that his daughter would be an extra asset?
Let me get something understood here. Now, I'm real strict with people who owe me money. I have to be. But I don't mess with children or relatives. Not only is it ugly, but it's bad for business.
What is this, the Herschel Dean Code of Ethics?
He called me from New York. He owed me money. He said he wanted a few more days. He was taking his daughter away for the weekend. He wasn't bringing her back until his wife came up with the money.
Was anybody else involved?
As a matter of fact, yes. This Asian chick, for one. She brings babies into the country for illegal adoptions.
You got her name?
No, I didn't. That's up to you to do. You're the New York gumshoe. Now, you track these people down, and I'll see that you get a bonus. It's a real good deal, Mike.
Thanks, I've already got a client. The back alley waterways of Venice were only a dozen miles from the front gates of Bel Air. But in property values, they were 1,000,000 miles away. Herschel Dean had steered me to Nick's last address, a rented shack with a view of the canal. Nick had obviously spent some time in New York. He didn't have a lot of things. A few clothes, some old decks of marked cards, and his most prized possessions. Pictures of himself and a certain Asian lady.
What are you doing here?
I was about to ask you the same question. Where'd you get the key?
Found it in Nick's pocket. I have to get his personal effects.
Oh, really? What about the address? Did you find that in his pocket, too?
It was on his driver's license. What are you being so mean about?
All of Nick's things were in the crime lab. If the address was in Nick's pocket, the FBI would be all over this place. You've obviously been here before. You have your own key.
Okay, so I've been here before. So what?
So you lied to me.
Nick gave me a key. I don't have to explain everything to you. What does it matter if I saw him?
Nick's dead and Megan's gone. It matters.
It matters to you. I can see you changing your mind about me. He'd show up every couple of months, and he'd tell me a lot of lies, and I'd let him, and then he'd use me, and I guess I'd use him, too. And then he'd ask me for money, and I'd give it to him. And every time I'd tell myself I wasn't going to do it again.
Well, why didn't you tell me this before?
And see that look on your face? You kidding me?
Hey, I'm not judging you. I'm just trying to understand.
Well, you can't, see? Because you don't know.
Nick was desperate for money. What'd you tell him when he came to see you in New York?
I couldn't stand it anymore, so I kicked him out. The very next day, he came by when Megan and I were in the palm court, waving some Asian tootsie in my face.
This one?
Yeah, that's her.
Her name is Spillane. The last time I saw her, she was dressed in a nun's habit when she helped kidnap your daughter. When Nick brought Spillane to the palm court, he wasn't trying to make you feel bad. He just wanted her to be able to spot Megan.
God, why didn't I just give him the money?
Joanna.
Why?
Joanna. You didn't do anything wrong. Nick did.
Well, he sure paid for it, didn't he?
Yeah, he paid for it. What the hell do you expect? All right, listen. Spillane is a New York baby broker. That's my turf. I'm going to see if I can track her down.
And get Megan killed in the process? No, I can't handle it. You just stay out of it. You're off the case.
Who's going to look for Megan?
I will.
Miss Lake, you're playing a detective in a movie.
Excuse me. I have a funeral to arrange.
I was sorry Joanna felt the way she did. But as long as Dak had Megan, I was on the case. So I was off to New York to find Spillane. I was looking forward to getting home. Too many palm trees make me nervous. When I got in from the airport, there was a message from Pat to get to his office as fast as I could. But I had to make an urgent stop on the way. I hadn't had a decent meal since I left New York. It was nice to be back in a place where you could always count on the weather. The lily represents a child, Spillane's lost child. Apparently there was an orphanage, but all the children were lost.
These other lilies, what are they, more kids?
Yeah, I think they were smuggling kids out of Vietnam.
But they were MIA. Why didn't they surface?
I don't know. There must have been some good reason not to. May I please see the blow-up of Orville Tate's tattoo?
That's a very odd style. You see these lines over here? This is Japanese influence. These are Chinese, and this is pure American.
I had no idea you were such an expert, Larry. Are you wearing one of these?
I happen to know a little something about Oriental art. Now, the American dragon dominating the Viet Cong is plain enough. But this symbol over here eludes me. Is it a house, temple,
Anyway, it seems to be the source of the dragon's body. Now, the edges of the tattoos are strange, as if they're incomplete. But if you gentlemen will look at the overall, you'll see that it's all one picture. It begins over there at the small of the back. It connects up with this one at the man's shoulder. It spreads across the shoulders over to this one. It's eerie.
I'm very impressed, but it's still not getting us any closer to finding Megan.
What do you mean, us? You're a witness in this case, Hammer, nothing more.
What would you rather have, Larry? A cooperative witness or a very, very hostile one?
Was that a shot, Hammer? Was that a shot? That was a shot.
Spillane had tattooed 3 parts of a picture on 3 different men. All MIAs, all members of the same unit. I put Veld on her trail. I knew if I found Spillane, she'd lead me to Dak, and Dak would lead me to Megan. Dak, who brought the dragon back. How many were left? And who was Captain Baker? Was he still alive? Or was Dak a one-man combat team? And how was I going to get to him before anything happened to Megan? Who is it?
It's Joanna. Hiya, Mike Hammer.
Miss Lake.
You still talking to me?
Come on in.
Thank you.
Would you like a beer?
Yes, anything.
Did the FBI know you left California?
Yes, they hated it. They probably didn't want to move their equipment. Walker came with me. He's at the hotel. I think you make him nervous.
Well, that's good.
I don't make much of a client, do I? I came to tell you that I'm sorry I yelled at you. And you're still hired if you want to be. You were never not hired. I'm sorry.
That's okay. Come on, drink your beer.
Thanks.
You don't have to sing. And you don't have to beat yourself up either. You want to sit down?
I don't know. I'm having trouble with small decisions.
Oh, come on. Sit down. Relax. I hope you didn't fly 3,000 miles just to make an unnecessary apology.
No, the apology isn't all of it. What you said about being in New York makes sense. If the baby broker's here, then maybe Megan's here. And if she is, maybe you can find her before it's too late.
Don't worry, I will.
That sounds like they're playing our song.
Then I guess we'll just have to dance. Hello?
Mike, I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
So do I.
I just found out you were right. When Nick was in town, he stayed with Spillane.
Any idea where?
A very good idea. 43 Broome Street. It's a loft in Soho.
Thanks, Belder. You just got that raise. When Nick was in New York, he stayed with Spillane. I just got the address.
You're gonna go now?
Yeah, I better. You gonna be okay?
Yes.
Gonna be here when I get back?
Yes, I'm gonna be right here.
A lot of artists had turned the warehouses of the Soho district into lofts and studios. It's one of the few neighborhoods in New York where the graffiti is on the inside of the buildings. If Spillane was home, I knew she wouldn't be expecting me. But I decided I'd drop in anyway. She was home. But unfortunately, she wasn't dressed for company. The entire story of the Dragon Platoon was tattooed on Spillone's body, waiting to be told. But with the 9mm slug in her head, she wouldn't be telling it.
The nude woman. One hand is reaching for the severed lily, and the other hand is reaching for the ideograph of a temple. These smaller lilies form along her body, which is also a river.
What about this temple thing?
If she was religious, the meaning is obvious. If not, it may mean a sanctuary, a place of protection, a person who guards the spirit.
Mike, let's talk.
New ransom instructions were delivered to Miss Lake's hotel. This time they want to make very sure they collect.
They say you can't be there.
That's good. It'll make the situation less volatile.
No one can be there but me.
What makes you so sure he's going to keep his word?
Well, that's a chance we have to take. She's to deliver the money in a suitcase, the 57th and 5th, 9 p.m.
What is it, a phone booth?
Yes. He'll probably have her running all over town. We'll need your help on this one, Captain.
I'm scared.
Don't worry, you'll be all right.
I need you to stay close.
I'll be as close as I can.
Miss Lake?
Professor, you said that this temple might represent a person. Could it be a priest?
Oh, no. Sometimes an ideogram is just a symbol of a name, like a lily, a child's name.
Could it be the name Temple?
Perhaps temple or church.
Thanks, Professor. While Dak was leading Joanna from place to place with the ransom money, I was on my way to see the man he worked for. I wasn't interested in finding a temple or a church, just a chapel. Hello, chapel. Nice picture. Here's one for you. Your real name was Baker. You were the commander of the unit. You took the name Chapel from the tattoo.
Where did you get that?
That's not important. What is important is that you know where Megan is and you're gonna take me to her. You know, you can forget about lawyers and courtrooms. I'd be happy to pass sentence myself right now.
Mind if I get dressed?
There was a colonel who was trying to get a star with big body counts. After My Lai, he got scared. The count was too high. He ordered the Lerps out on suicide missions.
Yeah, he wanted to kill his own men. But all the unit records were destroyed. Why?
No, they weren't destroyed. The judge advocate has them. The colonel was killed. He was murdered.
charges are still pending against the men.
Look, a hell of a lot of guys went over there and a lot of lousy things happened. But I don't know too many who came home and started kidnapping children.
We were giving those kids a good life.
Oh, come on, who are you kidding? You've been selling children for profit for years, making a bundle. Watch the road. What about Nick Anton?
Nick Anton? One of those guys that could get anything done. Knew all the black market people. So we owed him one. He wanted us to take his daughter for a week or so. It was Doc who sold him on the idea to go for the ransom.
And you didn't go out of your way to stop it. Now he's dead.
We were going to split the money. It would have been enough to relocate the men, give him another chance. We weren't monsters, Mr. Hammer. We were good men who couldn't come back to their own country.
Oh, come on, pal. You're not some poor victim. You're an accessory to murder. You could have stopped this kidnapping. You could have stopped Dak. All you had to do was blow the whistle.
None of us wanted to get into this kidnapping.
None of you said no. Keep driving.
Yes, it's me.
How many of you are left?
Just myself and Spillane.
Spillane is dead. Dak killed her.
She's my wife. Something's wrong.
Well, this could take hours.
He must have been down there when you had made the drop.
Somewhere between the Mekong Delta and the Cambodian border, Captain Baker had gone over the edge. The war had gotten to him. And the child he had with Spillane disappeared behind enemy lines. Lily. The severed Lily in the tattoo. He hid away with his men and they became listed as missing in action. They survived by the profit they made smuggling kids out of Vietnam, with Dak leading those missions too. Stealing kids turned out to be big business. So when the war was over, they kept on doing it.
No, it's all right. It's okay. It's okay. Megan's gone.
So this is how you protect the future of your men.
Whatever it takes. Dak will be coming back. He's killed everyone except me.
We'll wait for him outside.
Oh, you won't get Dak out there. He has the entire area mined. He knows every foot of the terrain.
Put the child down, Dak. You don't need her anymore.
Sergeant Kohler, what in God's name do you think you're doing? This is not what we were taught. We do not harm women and children. If you think we do, there is no place in this outfit for you. You give her up. Now!
all right, sweetheart? All right, now listen. I want you to run upstairs, and I want you to take care of the other children. You can do that. You're a big girl, can't you? All right, run along now. The war is over, Dag. You're the only one that's left. The Lily, the captain, Spillane, they're all gone. The dragon is dead. Sergeant Kohler, David Anson. RA 2931685. Dismissed. Down deep, I knew Joanna and I could never really happen. There was just too much space between our planets. And I figured, why carry a torch for a lady in California when the lady we had right here in the harbor would always carry a torch for me? But I was crazy about her little girl, and I missed her. I missed Joanna, too. So I decided to pay her a visit. I love going to the movies, especially if there's a happy ending and the popcorn is fresh and hot.